I ceo taj talas pretnji bombama i pretećih dojava o masakrima koji će da se dese u Srbiji i hakerskih napada, na primjer na katastar, je jako dobra i važna tema za uvod u razgovor sa mojim gostom koji je čista ekskluziva u srpskim medijima. On je direktor jedne od vodećih svetskih kompanija u oblasti podataka, zaštite podataka, borbi protiv hakerskih napada. Simon Taylor je CEO, kako se to kaže, kompanije HYCU, koja je iz Amerike originalno, ali ovdje ima jako veliku investiciju i pravi od Beograda jedan od svojih globalnih centara. I gospodin Taylor će biti moj sagovornik na engleskom, ali ću vam prevoditi deo po deo. So welcome to Studio B.
Thank you, Sonia.
Welcome to Belgrade again. Is it true that you have been here several hundred times?
255 times, to be exact. One of my favorite cities in the world.
Poželjela sam dobrodošlicu gospodinu Simonu Tayloru samo da bih saznala da je on ovde 255. put i da mu je Beograd jedan od omiljenih gradova na svetu. So you have heard that we have problems with bomb threats and with hacker attacks on even on our state government systems. What can be done and how do you see it? Is it serious? Dakle, da li on smatra da su ozbiljni ovi hakerski napadi i pretnje bombama?
You know, Sonia, it's very serious and it's happening all over the world. In fact, today there is a new attack through data every 11 seconds across the entire globe.
Vrlo je važno i vrlo je opasno i dešava se na svakih 11 sekundi nova vrsta ovakvog napada na svetu. Svuda na svetu se dešava.
You know, with all of this expansion of data, some people think it's like oil. It's valuable, it's expensive, it makes money for people. But it's also like a weapon. And if we don't treat data carefully and protect each other and protect our data, we are exposing ourselves to a new vulnerability.
Sve se vrti oko podataka, dakle, što je više podataka, više ljudi shvata podatke kao naftu kojom se može trgovati, ali ono može da bude i ozbiljno oružje i to ono oružje koje nas čini najranjivijima. So maybe this would be the right first question to give us an explanation of problem regarding hacker intrusions and ransomware. Dakle, da objasnimo šta u stvari jesu ti hakerski upadi i hakerski napadi.
Yeah, I'll give you two very quick examples of ransomware and what we call social engineering, which is when attackers, terrorists, use our iPhones, use our phones against us to create damage. The first is very serious. You know, the director of the FBI in the United States recently announced that the Iranian government tried to shut down a children's hospital in Boston, Massachusetts, and leave all of those children exposed. And the way they did it was by turning off their devices and shutting them out of their data.
Dakle, mogu da se daju dva primjera kad je reč o tim hakerskim napadima. Direktor FBI je nedavno rekao, a koriste se uglavnom mobilni telefoni, da su hakeri iz Irana pokušali da zatvore dečju bolnicu u Bostonu, odakle je naš uvaženi gost, i da tako ostave u stvari, da samo isključe sa podataka decu koje od toga zavisi i lečenje.
The simplest way to think about ransomware attacks is that there are more attackers than there are of you. You are one person, but there are thousands of people willing to steal your data across the world.
Morate da razumete da je uvek više onih koji napadaju vaše podatke i žele da ih ukradu. Vi ste jedni, a napadača, odnosno hakera, je mnogo više širom sveta.
So rather than trying to protect yourself, stop worrying about if the attacker will come to you. Start worrying about how you will recover your data when somebody steals it.
Dakle, umjesto da brinete stalno da li će neko da vam ukrade podatke, počnite da razmišljate o tome kako ćete da ih sačuvate, kako ćete da ih oporavite ako ih neko ukrade.
You can build a very big moat around your house. You can put guards in front. You can do everything to protect your valuable possessions. But the best thing you can do is buy insurance. And that's really what backing up your data is. It's creating an insurance policy for your most valuable asset, which is all of the data that runs not only your life, but the lives of your colleagues and your entire business.
Now I understand you. Dakle, možete vi oko kuće da podignete koliko god hoćete ogradu i da stavite sve alarme ovog sveta, ali najsigurnije što možete da uradite jeste da zapravo imate osiguranje. I ono čime se Simon Taylor i njegovi saradnici širom sveta bave jeste to upravo osiguranje podataka. How can we do it? Kako to može da se uradi?
Well, I'll tell you, one of the world's fastest growing data protection companies is actually HYCU. And HYCU is now building a 100-person center right here in Belgrade, Serbia. We've found that the folks in Serbia really understand how to work hard and how to make sure that they can support our 3,000 customers across the world.
Dakle, 3,000 customers. U Beogradu, upravo radeći na tome, kompanija HYCU pravi centar od 100 ljudi koji će brinuti od 3.000 klijenata koje ova kompanija ima širom sveta. What will they do in Belgrade? Šta će oni konkretno raditi u Beogradu?
You know, everything. We've already got about 60 people here. We'll have 100 people by the end of the year, probably 200 people by the end of next year. And, you know, really, we've asked our Serbian team to take on the challenge of managing all of our customers in Europe, building the software, supporting the software, even selling the software. We think it's one of the most exciting businesses in the region, and we've just raised $140 million in order to support the growth of the business.
Dakle, trenutno u Beogradu radi 60 ljudi, bit će ih uskoro do kraja godine 100, do kraja sledeće možda i 200. Oni će brinuti o svim klijentima u Evropi. Ukupno ovaj posao vredi, pazite sad, $140 miliona. $140 million invested here in Belgrade.
So we'll be investing it globally, but certainly Belgrade is going to be one of the major centers, the major hubs for the entire business.
What are the ways to resolve the problem, generally speaking? Kako se rešavaju ovi problemi koje sve češće imamo? O kakvim softverima naš gost priča? What kind of softwares are you talking about? Is it just for the companies or is it for the individual clients? Da li je samo za kompanije ili je za pojedince?
So we focus on government and we focus on individual businesses. And what we do is we back up customers' data and make it easier to restore and recover than it's ever been before. So if you are ever attacked, the average downtime, the average number of days a company will go down. Imagine this TV studio. If you have a ransomware attack, you will go down for 16 days if you don't have it backed up. With HYCU, we'll have you back up and running in 16 minutes.
Dakle, o čemu se radi? Najviše su fokusirani na vladine državne ustanove i na privatne biznise, zbog toga što ako se, na primjer, desi hakerski napad ili krađe podataka sa naše televizije, mi bismo, ako nemamo zaštitu, ako nemamo backup, morali da ustavimo rad na 2 meseca, na 60 dana, otprilike, ako nam sve neko pokrade, a ako imamo ove sisteme zaštite, na kojima će raditi i IT-evci u Beogradu, to se dešava za sat vremena, 60 minuta. Ali mi smo to imali, we had it. We lost all of our archives mostly because mi smo izgubili skoro celu arhivu, znate, ono, 9. marta bombardovanje i sve ostalo because somebody stole it from us and we never found out how. So we had to back it up from YouTube and from individuals, you know. Mi smo to zakrpili, da kažemo, premostili sa sačuvanim na YouTube-u i privatno.
You know, if my sales team is listening right now, I hope that somebody calls Studio Bay so that we can protect your data like we're protecting the rest of our customers.
Ako neko to sluša u njegovoj kompaniji, zvaće nas uskoro da nam ponudi neku vrstu zaštite. Šta je R-score? What is R-score?
You know, one of the things, Sonia, that we realized is that not every company is going to be able to buy HYCU. And ultimately, we felt that we had a moral imperative. We as human beings have to help one another. So we wanted to create a free service so that any IT department in the world could assess and test their own ability to recover from a ransomware attack.
Potpuno svesni, imajući i jednu dobru dozu morala i humanosti, iako su biznismeni, da ne može svako da kupi ove skupe i ozbiljne sisteme zaštite, prave i instaliraju jedan besplatni sistem koji će služiti svakome na svetu da proveri uopšte svoje slabe tačke. Okay, how it will work?
There have now been 45,000 companies around the world who have taken the assessment. You just go to getourScore.org, take a very simple test about how you're backing up your data, how you're networking your data, how your data is being protected, and it will give you a custom answer that tells you how you can make sure that if you are attacked by ransomware, you'll be able to get that data back 10 times faster.
Imaju oko 45.000 korisnika koji su do sad preko sajta getourScore.com uspeli da ispitaju svoje slabe tačke, šta im je potrebno zaštite i kako da to oporave. Does it work?
It works very, very well.
Dakle, radi vrlo, vrlo dobro. Ok, kako je nastao HYCU? Igra je reči kao IQ, dakle kao koeficijent inteligencije, ovo je HYCU. Kako je osnovana kompanija, koje su njene smernice i koliko je bilo teško održati biznis u toj ozbiljnoj konkurenciji? So, how HYCU was founded? What are the roots? What is your focus? What are your operations today?
You know, I'll tell you, the reality is that our roots are right here in the region. We have an engineering center in Slovenia. We have our support and sales organization here in Belgrade. You know, I've been coming to Serbia for years. As I told you before, Sanja, love the people, love the food, and certainly think that this is the right culture for us to be building a terrific business.
Dakle, korijeni zapravo jesu ovdje. Jedan od razvojnih centara je u Sloveniji, sada postoji jedan ozbiljan biznis i u Srbiji. Naš gost, to sad mimo biznisa, voli ljude, voli kulturu i voli hranu ovdje i dobra je atmosfera, kaže, za biznis. Okay.
And I'll also say that I think there are companies here who have just really changed the game. You look at what Vesna Jevrosimovic has done with Comtrade Group. You look at what Maria Jovanovic did with NCR. These businesses have proven once and for all that Belgrade can be the hub for technology in Central Europe. And we look forward to supporting that growth as we sort of move forward.
Dakle, postoje ljudi kao dokazi njihove kompanije da je ovdje dobra atmosfera za IT biznise. Vesna Jevrosimovic, Comtrade, Marija Živanović, NCR, you forgot Branko Milutinović from Nordeus.
So many great companies.
Nordeus, so many great companies. Globally a big company.
Absolutely.
Yes. So, what are your expectations and how far will you go actually in developing business here?
Well, look, we started this company just a few years ago in 2018, and we now have 3,200 customers in 78 countries around the world. These include some of the largest governments in the world, some of the largest sports leagues, some of the largest state and local organizations. And really, we're going to take this all the way. We recently took investment from Cisco, Atlassian, Bain Capital, and Acru, four of the most powerful investors and players in the Silicon Valley technology space. And we're going to run HYCU all the way through IPO, and we want as many Serbians as possible to join the ride as we grow this business.
Dakle, ozbiljni su planovi od Silikonske doline do Srbije, koji u IT-u dobro je razumeo o čemu Simon Taylor govori. Ja ću samo da vam dodam, da posebno istaknem iz njegovog odgovora činjenicu da kada su počeli od 2011. godine, do danas imaju 3100 klijenata, među kojima su vlade nekih od najmoćnijih zemalja na svetu, 75 zemalja globalno pokrivaju i neke od najmoćnijih sportskih liga na svetu i imaju za cilj da stignu u ovom trenutku do nekih 10.000 klijenata te vrste. Is IT still a good choice for, you know, we are in the middle of the examinations for future students and pupils here in high school students in Serbia. Is IT still a good choice for career? Da li IT još uvijek dobar izbor za karijeru? Sad smo u prijemnim.
I honestly believe that outside of journalism, IT is the only choice because there's no company that's being built today that does not have its backbone in technology. If you think about, you know, the opportunities, the optionality, the ability to have more career options, IT will hire more people, IT will grow faster, and data will continue to drive the growth of IT for years to come.
Kompliment nam je učinio Simon Taylor, rekao je da osim novinarstva, osim žurnalizma, jedini izbor zapravo jeste IT koji će mnogo rasti, zahvatajući zapravo sve oblasti našeg života. We saw how IT was important with the corona, actually. Everything was going through IT because vaccination, data, therapies. If there was no IT, we wouldn't have anything.
And I'll tell you, HYCU,
doba korone, ne bismo imali ništa, ni od lečenja, ni od terapije. Okay?
HYCU grew 450% during Corona because so many customers, so many businesses realized they had to protect their data. They had to do it fast, and they had to do it from home. and HYCU was the only solution that would make it that simple.
150% je rast biznisa za HYCU u doba korone, ne samo kada pričamo o medicinskom aspektu, nego još više kada govorimo i o snabdevanju i održavanju poslova. Poslednje pitanje biće logično, pošto mi već stižu poruke da li zapošljavaju i koga zapošljavaju u Beogradu. So the last question will be quite logical after this interview. Do you hire? And who do you hire?
HYCU is hiring right now. If you're interested in a job, please go to www.hycu.com.
Dakle, idite na sajt kompanije da biste videli koga i kako primaju. The last question is, you know Vesa Jevrosimović, you actually acquired one part of Comtrade.
Yes,
is that true?
That's correct.
Dakle, jedan deo kompanije Comtrade Vesa Jevrosimović je sada deo HYCU-a. We like to think that we are not good businessmen. Are we? Mi ne mislimo u sebe da smo dobri biznismeni ovde u Srbiji. Više mislimo da smo tako neke bojemčine. Dakle, are we or not?
As a business person, I will tell you, that Vesa Jevrosimović has been a mentor, a teacher, and a good friend to me for over 20 years.
Oh, great.
I think that, the business that he's built in Serbia has paved a path, a great pathway to show people what can be achieved in the region. He's sold companies to international businesses all over the world. He's always done it, taking care of the employees. And that's certainly something, that moral value is something we want to pass on to the employees at HYCU.
Dakle, da, kad je reč o konkretno Vesi Jevrosimoviću, smatra ga svojim mentorom, učiteljem i kolegom koji je postigao ogromne uspehe u 20 godina unazad, verovatno i više, i sudeći po njemu imamo i potencijali u oblasti biznisa. Thank you for coming. Don't let another 250 times coming to Belgrade to come back to our studio. Dakle, da ne bude da ponovno dođe 255 puta u Beograd, a samo jednom u studio B.
Thank you so much, Simon.
Thank you. Simon Taylor, koji je CEO, dakle, direktor i osnivač HYCU kompanije, originalno iz Bostona, ali sada je to globalna kompanija za zaštitu podataka i borbu protiv hakerskih napada, je bio naš gost ekskluzivno. Ovaj razgovor imaćete na YouTube. Obratite pažnju i svi vi koji imate nekoga koji je u IT-u. Skrenite pažnju na ovo što ste sada čuli. Govorimo ukupno $140 miliona investicija. Ni sama ne shvatam koliki cifre izgovaram, ali to je okej. Idemo na poslednje uključenje Tanjino za jutro.